Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WrighterLights. Today we're gonna be editing Agnarr on SpiderMan No Way Home. Basically, it's a new movie that Marvel would actually take it out sometime in Christmas, and a lot of you guys hype for it, and people will start making memes already. I mean, that's social life, obviously. But well, it's WrighterLights. We cannot just stop the trend, right? We're gonna get into the trend. So we're gonna be doing the same thing that other people do, but way more spectacular, if you got what I mean. So we're just gonna swap Agnarr head with the, I don't know what do you call that because I never watched old Spider-Man, but the guy who have octopus, what do you call him? Dr. Octopus, I believe. Well, we're gonna edit Agnarr on Dr. Octopus, which if you never knew, Alfred Molina played Agnarr and indeed played Dr. Octopus. So wanna put them together, right? And also we're gonna swap Peter Parker with Elsa because we're gonna have some interactions. That's what people wanna see. So let's get straight into it. First off, we're gonna do the masking of Agnarr first. So I'm gonna make an exposure just like last time to see more details. This time though, I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna mask things manually. So this is gonna take a long time. Maybe I'll crop it or just speed it up. I don't know, you will see later, because masking are pretty boring if you ask me. Yeah, the selection is done. We're gonna make a selection out of it. And it's not gonna be that accurate, it's just rough, and we can bring the areas back together all the time when we want. It's not just to start raining. Let's make the mask out of that. This is Alfred Molina. Now, we're gonna try to match with curves. This part a bit down. And then we'll put the match color tool, that sheet tool that we keep talking about, and neutralize, and that is perfect. My job is ruined. By going to the color mixer and then saturation and put this down, exposure adjustment layer, and we're just gonna start drawing the shadows. Do the same thing, but this time we're gonna get highlights instead. And there we have it. And we're just gonna start masking the part that we don't really need. Now with the masking done, I think we can rotate Agnarr head a bit, so we're just gonna rotate him a bit right there. So then let's create a new layer. Maybe color dodge make things a bit brighter, so let's try some auto blend nodes. Exclusion, yep, this works good. Now you've got that. I think Agnarr is a bit still too bright, so let's decrease the curve a bit on the highlights. Convert to smart object, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and let's go around 1.2. 1.2 is good. I know that people wouldn't like we put a blur on, but trust me, it's actually better when you actually trying to make things fit together. And then let's start drawing it with my Wacom tablet. Now after that, we're gonna start drawing the highlights, going back to the soft round brush. Let's follow this. Maybe if we remove it from the dark area a bit in BlendIf. Let's see what BlendIf have on offer for us. Maybe here. Let's try it out. Yep, now that's look a bit more realistic, so that looks pretty good in my idea. I think Agnarr can be a bit more green, so let's create another adjustment layer. Now this starts to look pretty epic. We will come back to this later. Next thing we have to do is, of course, we have Peter Parker right here, or Spider-Man, whatever you're gonna call him. And I have Elsa right here. I know this maybe not the best proportion, but so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mask Elsa, but this is an HDR, so we're gonna do the normal thing. We're gonna do is we're gonna assign a profile and then choose our favorite profile. After that, let's fix all of those stuff. If you want to see the detail how I did this kind of stuff, should you check the link should be popping on the top right hand corner. Go check that out. That is the first video I ever done about editing on this channel. Actually, it's the second one after from that helmet or headphone. I don't remember, but you got the idea. Now with the masking roughly done, let's put Elsa onto Peter Parker. And let's resize her down and position her. I guess we should try some other scenes, so I bring the same scene but with Peter in other pose. And let's try to position it. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, I think this has more possibility that this is gonna work. And then let's start patching again. Now it looks pretty good, a bit more extreme on the highlights and then lower this down. Now the lightning starts to matching, trying to match the shading and the coloring with color balance. Now let's draw a bit of hair and let's fix the selection and also here on the... Now I feel the contrast is a bit lower compared to the movie itself, so let's create an exposure adjustment layer and then let's create some extreme highlights. Now I think some part needs to look a bit darker, so with exposure again and then we're gonna... Yep, that'll look a bit better. Let's start painting on here. Now let's do the most favorite part of us is color grading. Now let's do the basic stuff first. Temperature, go a bit higher. 10, of course we're gonna make it green because it's Marvel. Now let's change the exposure a little tiny bit. Increase the contrast, a bit less highlight. Shadows a bit lower, whites a bit more, blacks a bit lower. Next thing is we're gonna do color grading. Let's try it this way. And then for the effects, let's add some vignette, of course. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna copy the color grading of this thing. Green looking on here, so she look a bit more into the scene. There we go. Now that looks pretty epic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do. And we'll see you when we post this. And I hope you're having a great time. And try to stay safe from COVID. It's getting worse and worse. We will get through it together. Thank you for watching. See you next time.